Hello, my name is Jordan. Before we begin, I want you to listen with your heart, not just with your ears. I want you to sit still, take a deep breath, and ask yourself a question that you may have never asked before. What if I never speak up? What if I never ask for what I want? What if I stay quiet forever? Will my life change? Or will I keep living in the same circle, day after day, year after year, hiding my voice, hiding my truth, hiding myself? So many people are walking through life like ghosts. They smile outside but scream inside. They want to be seen. They want to be heard. But they stay silent. And the truth is this: if you stay quiet, nothing changes. Not your life, not your pain, not your future. You can read books, watch videos, dream big dreams. But if your voice stays locked inside, your future stays locked with it. Closed mouths don't get fed. Silent hearts don't get healed. This is not just about speaking in English. This is about speaking in life. Speaking your truth. Asking for what you need. Saying what you feel. Sharing what you dream. Because if you don't, no one will know. No one will understand you. No one will help you. So many people suffer quietly. They wait for someone to save them. But no one is coming. You must save yourself. You must speak. Even if it's scary. Even if it's hard. Even if your voice shakes. So today's story is not soft. It's real. It's raw. It's honest. Because your life won't change with silence. Your life will only change when your voice rises. Now let's begin. You want more, right? You want confidence. You want love. You want respect. You want freedom, success, meaning, peace. But how will you get those things if you never ask, never speak, never take your space in the world? Let me tell you something powerful today. Your voice is your power, but only if you use it. Only if you stop hiding behind fear. I know it's not easy. I know you were told to be quiet. I know maybe people laughed at you. Maybe you tried to speak and someone ignored you. Maybe you were made fun of. And now, you stay silent because silence feels safe. But let me ask you this: is safe also happy? Is quiet also fulfilled? You were not born to stay silent. You were born to shine. You were born to speak up, to express, to ask, to say yes when you want to say yes, and no when you want to say no, to tell your story, your way, to show the world who you really are. But first, you have to break your silence. Because if you stay quiet, nothing changes. Your dream job? You never get it because you never ask for it. That girl or boy you like? You never talk to them because you're afraid. That idea in your mind? It stays inside until someone else does it first. And you think, that could have been me. Yes, it could have. But you stayed quiet. And silence became your biggest enemy. You want to speak fluent English, right? You want to be confident in conversations. You want people to listen when you talk. Then you need to speak, even if you're scared. Even if you make mistakes. Even if your voice shakes. Your voice is not weak. It's just unused. The more you speak, the stronger it gets. Like a muscle. Use it or lose it. Let me share a story with you. There was a boy who always stayed quiet. In class, he had ideas but never raised his hand. In life, he wanted to do many things but never told anyone. He wanted to sing. He wanted to make videos. He wanted to learn English. But he thought, I'm not good enough. They'll laugh at me. So he stayed quiet. And the world stayed the same. One day, his teacher said something. Just one line that changed him forever. She said, if you stay quiet, your life will stay small. That day, something clicked. He went home. He looked in the mirror and said, I'm tired of being silent. I want to live loud. And slowly he started. One sentence a day, one voice message, one video, One question in class. And do you know what happened? People listened. Some laughed, yes. Some ignored him. But some heard him. And that was enough. Because now, he wasn't invisible anymore. He wasn't a ghost in his own life. He was becoming someone. One word at a time. So I ask you, what are you not saying right now? What is stuck inside you? What do you want to express, but are too afraid? Write it down. Speak it out loud. Whisper it if you have to. But don't let it die inside you. Because unspoken dreams are the saddest funerals. You are not here to be invisible. You are not here to just exist. You are here to move the world with your words, your truth, your story. The world doesn't need more perfect people. It needs real ones. Honest ones. Brave ones. Speak even if your voice shakes. Speak, because silence steals your future. Maybe no one listened before. But try again. Maybe they didn't care before. But speak again. Maybe you were ignored. But rise again. Your voice is your tool. Your power. Your freedom. Use it. Even in English. Yes, your grammar may not be perfect. Yes, your pronunciation may be strange. But it's real. It's you. And that's enough. Perfection is not the goal. Expression is. Let your English be broken but brave. Let your story be messy but alive. Let your voice be small but rising. Better a broken sentence than a silent soul. So here's what I want you to do. After this video, go stand in front of a mirror. Look at yourself. And speak. Say one truth you've never said before. One sentence you always wanted to say. Say it loud. And say it like you mean it. Say it until your fear starts to shrink. Say it until your eyes believe your words. Say it until you are no longer scared of your own voice. And do it again tomorrow. And the next day. Because every time you speak, you break the chains. Every time you speak, you create change. Change in yourself. Change in your world. So speak. Because if you stay quiet, nothing changes. Now I want to go deeper. Let me ask you something honest. How many times did you want to say something, but didn't? How many times did you walk away from a moment, thinking, I should have spoken? Maybe it was something small. Maybe it was something big. Maybe you wanted to say, I love you. Maybe you wanted to say, I'm sorry. Maybe you wanted to say, I need help. But you stayed quiet. You stayed behind your fear. You stayed in your shell. And what happened? That moment passed. That person walked away. That chance was lost. And you sat with your silence like a heavy stone in your chest. This is what silence does. It holds your truth like a prisoner. It keeps your dreams tied up. It keeps your heart locked. Your truth will never set you free if you never set it free. So let me say something to you right now. You are allowed to speak. You are allowed to ask for more. You are allowed to raise your voice. You are allowed to say no. You are allowed to say yes. You don't need permission to exist loudly. The world has told you to be quiet. But I'm telling you to be real. Stop shrinking yourself to make others comfortable. Stop saying yes when you want to say no. Stop hiding your pain behind a fake smile. Stop saying, I'm fine, when you're breaking inside. Your silence is not strength. Your silence is suffering. And it's time to let it go. It's time to speak with your heart. It's time to speak even if no one claps. Even if no one agrees. Because this is your life. Your voice. Your journey. And you don't need applause to be honest. You don't need validation to be true. Do you want to become confident? Then stop staying quiet when something matters. Speak when you're nervous. Speak when you're unsure. Speak even when your hands shake. That's how confidence grows. You don't wait to feel confident. You speak first. Then the confidence comes later. Let me give you an example. There was a girl who loved painting. But she never showed anyone her work. She was scared. She thought she wasn't good enough. One day, her teacher said, "What are you hiding?" She said, "Nothing." But her eyes told the truth. So the teacher gave her a challenge. Share just one painting. Just one. She was scared. She didn't sleep all night. But the next day, she showed it. And people didn't laugh. They loved it. They asked for more. That one moment of courage changed everything. That's how fast life can shift. But it only shifts when you open your mouth. When you step into the fear. When you show up, even shaking. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be real. Just like with English. You want to speak better? Then speak more. Speak badly. Speak with mistakes. Speak without fear. Mistakes are not failures. They are footsteps. Every time you say something wrong, you are still moving forward. Every wrong word is still a word. Every broken sentence is still a try. And every try brings growth. But silence brings nothing. Zero. So I want you to break the habit of hiding. Practice asking questions. Practice giving answers. Practice saying your name proudly. Practice saying, "This is what I think. This is what I feel." Practice being bold. Because that's how you change. Slowly, but surely. One small act of courage a day. That's all it takes. Let me give you another truth. Silence can also be dangerous. It can destroy relationships. It can kill dreams. It can create distance between people. A husband and wife stop talking. A friend never speaks their feelings. A child never tells their parents what they're going through. And the gap gets bigger. Day by day, word by word. Or rather, silence by silence. If you care about someone, speak. If something hurts, say it. If something inspires you, say it. If someone helps you, thank them. If someone hurts you, tell them. Speak before it's too late. Silence cannot heal what you don't reveal. So many people lose the people they love because they were too afraid to speak. Don't let that happen to you. Don't carry unspoken words like heavy stones in your heart. Life is too short. Say it now. Say it with love. Say it with courage. And yes, some people may not understand. Some may laugh. Some may walk away. Let them. That's not your problem. That's their fear, not yours. You are not here to be liked by everyone. You are here to be true to yourself. To live a real life. A loud life. A life that feels honest when you close your eyes at night. So speak. Speak in English. Speak in your language. Speak with your body. Speak with your eyes. But speak. Because if you stay quiet, nothing changes. I want to give you something today. A promise. If you speak one truth a day, just one, your whole life will start to shift. If you start speaking English today, not next year, not next month, but today, your English will change. If you start asking for what you need, help, support, love, opportunity, your life will open. If you stop hiding your pain and start expressing it, healing will begin. But only if you stop being silent. The world changes when you do. And change begins with your voice. So here's what I want you to do tonight. Before you sleep, take a notebook. Write one thing you've been afraid to say. Write it down. Look at it. Then tomorrow, say it. Out loud. To a friend. To a mirror. To a camera. Say it without thinking too much. Don't try to be perfect. Just be real. And feel the power come back into your body. Feel the courage rise. Feel the fear fall. And do it again. Every day, one sentence. One truth. One voice. You are not small. You are not weak. You are not meant to be silent. You are a fire. A voice. A force. But only if you rise and speak. Because if you stay quiet, nothing changes. Now let's talk about fear. Because behind every silence, There is fear. Fear of judgment. Fear of rejection. Fear of failure. Fear of being wrong. Fear of being laughed at. Fear of being different. And that fear controls your mouth. It locks your words. It freezes your tongue. It whispers in your ear, "Don't speak. Stay quiet. Wait for the right time." But that right time never comes. You wait and wait. And while you wait, your chances disappear. Your voice becomes weaker. And your silence becomes stronger. That's how fear wins. Fear loves silence. Fear grows in silence. And you must stop feeding it. You must face it. Not with a scream. Not with violence. Just with a simple act, speaking. Speak, even if you're scared. Especially if you're scared. Because courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is speaking while afraid. Bravery is not being loud. Bravery is being honest. Even one honest sentence can break a wall of fear. Even one small word can break the silence. And once the wall breaks, the light comes in. The light of power. The light of clarity. The light of freedom. So face your fear. Ask yourself, what is the worst that can happen if I speak? Maybe someone won't agree. Maybe someone will laugh. Maybe someone will say no. But guess what? You will survive. And not only survive. You will grow. You will feel proud. You will sleep better at night because you are real. And that feeling is priceless. That feeling is powerful. That feeling is how self-respect begins. You stop looking for approval outside. Because now you approve yourself. You start walking taller. You start speaking louder. You stop apologizing for existing. And that changes everything. Let me give you an example. There was a man who worked in an office. He was smart. He had ideas. But he never spoke in meetings. He thought, what if I say something stupid? So he stayed quiet. For years. And other people, with less knowledge, spoke more. They got noticed. They got promoted. They got respect. And one day, he realized something painful. No one knew what he could do. Not because he wasn't good, but because he never spoke. So he made a decision. Next meeting, he would speak one sentence. Just one. And he did. His voice was shaking. But he said something useful. And people listened. That small act changed his image. They started asking for his opinion. His confidence grew. And months later, he got promoted. Why? Not because he suddenly became smarter, but because he finally spoke. Because silence hides your gifts. And the world cannot reward what it cannot see. So speak. Not just for others. Speak for yourself. To remind yourself that you matter. That you have value. That you are not invisible. Because here's another truth. You are not shy. You are not quiet by nature. You are just holding back. You are not born to hide. As a baby, you cried loud. You screamed when you wanted something. You made noise without shame. But then, the world taught you to be quiet. To be small. To follow rules. And slowly, you forgot how to speak from your heart. Now you have to unlearn that. You have to become loud again. Not in volume, but in truth, in honesty, in courage. That's the kind of loud that changes lives. That's the kind of loud that makes impact. You want to learn English? Then stop waiting for perfect grammar. Speak, even with broken words, even with pauses, even with mistakes. Speak to your phone. Speak to your mirror. Speak to your pet. Speak to the sky. Just speak. Fluency begins with one broken sentence spoken with courage. And one sentence becomes two, then three. Then one day, you are flowing. Because you dared to begin. Because you stopped letting silence win. Let me tell you a secret. People don't remember your mistakes. They remember your energy, your truth, your effort, your courage. Most people are so busy thinking about themselves, they don't even notice your small errors. So stop overthinking. Start expressing. Your voice has power, but only when used. Your story has meaning, but only when shared. Your dreams have life, but only when spoken. You are not too late. You are not too broken. You are just one voice away from your next level. So take that step. Say that line. Make that call. Ask that question. Apply for that job. Share that message. Record that video. Don't wait for the fear to go away. Walk through it. Break the silence. And take back your power. Don't let the fear of speaking become the reason you never live your full life. One day you will look back, and you will not regret the mistakes. You will regret the silence. You will regret the words you never said, the chances you never took, the truth you never shared. Don't let that happen. Speak now, while you can. Speak while it matters. Speak because you matter. And never forget, if you stay quiet, nothing changes. Let's go deeper now. Think about the people you admire, the people who inspire you, the people who change the world. What do they have in common? They speak. They share their truth. They use their voice, even when it's hard, even when it's risky, even when people don't agree. They don't stay silent, because they know silence helps nothing grow. Silence is safe, yes, but silence is also a cage. And great people don't live in cages. They break them. They step out. And they speak again and again. So why not you? Why not now? You have thoughts. You have stories. You have pain. You have ideas. You have dreams. And all of them are sitting quietly inside you. But they don't want to stay there. They want to breathe. They want to speak. They want to live. And they can't do that if you keep your mouth closed. Stop protecting your silence. It's not helping you. It's hurting you. I know you want to be safe. You want to avoid mistakes. You want to avoid looking stupid. But that's not real safety. That's fear pretending to be safety. And fear is not your friend. Fear wants you small. Fear wants you quiet. Fear wants you stuck. But your soul wants you loud. Your heart wants you free. Your life wants to move. And the key is your voice. Even one word today can be a beginning of strength, a beginning of change, a beginning of a new you. And it's not just about English. It's about everything. Your relationships, your job, your goals, your self-respect, your happiness. All of it grows when you speak, when you say what you feel, when you ask what you want, when you stand up and say, "This is me." That's not arrogance. That's truth. That's honesty. That's how healing begins. Most pain comes from silence. Most confusion comes from silence. Most regret comes from silence. That's why you must change the habit. Make your new habit speaking. Say what you mean. Say what you believe. Say what you dream. Even if your voice shakes. Even if your words are simple. Even if people don't listen. Say it anyway. Because the act of speaking changes you. It gives you power. It gives you freedom. And freedom is the beginning of everything. Let me tell you about a girl named Lena. She was always quiet. At school, she never raised her hand. At home, she said, "Okay," even when she didn't agree. In her heart, she had fire. But on her face, she had silence. One day, her teacher asked her a question. She knew the answer, but she said nothing. After class, she cried. Not because of the question, but because she let her fear win again. That night, she made a small promise. "Tomorrow, I will say one thing. Just one." And the next day, she did. She said one sentence. Her voice was soft, but it was real. And the teacher smiled. And the class listened. And she didn't die. She survived. And in that moment, she felt something new. She felt proud. That small act gave her a new path. She started speaking more. Her words were not perfect, but her heart was strong. And years later, she became a leader. Not because she was the loudest, but because she stopped being silent. That is what happens when you speak. You don't just change your day, you change your life. So let me ask you, when was the last time you spoke your truth? When was the last time you said what you really think? Not what others want to hear, but what you truly feel. Can you remember? If not, maybe it's time. Time to find your voice again. Time to say no when you mean no. Time to say yes when you want yes. Time to say help when you need help. Time to say sorry when you're wrong. Time to say thank you when you're grateful. Time to say I love you before it's too late. Because life moves fast. People don't stay forever. Opportunities don't wait. And silence, once comfortable, becomes heavy. It becomes regret. Don't carry that weight. Drop it now. Speak now. While your voice still works. While your soul still burns. While your heart is still open. Speak, even if it's only to yourself. Speak in a journal. Speak in a message. Speak in a prayer. Speak in front of your mirror. Speak on a walk. Speak in your sleep. But speak. Make it normal. Make it daily. And soon, it will become natural. You won't even think, you'll just speak. And in that moment, your life will open. Because now, the world hears you. And now, you hear yourself. You stop hiding. You stop shrinking. You stop waiting. You start becoming. Becoming who you really are. And who are you? You are not small. You are not weak. You are not invisible. You are here. You are powerful. You are full of stories. Full of wisdom. Full of beauty. Full of fire. But that fire needs air. That fire needs sound. That fire needs your voice. So let it out. Say what you've been holding. Say what you've been hiding. Say what you've been scared to say. And feel the weight drop. Feel the space open. Feel the joy rise. Because you were never meant to be quiet. You were never meant to live in shadows. You were meant to shine. And the first step is to speak. So take a breath. Feel your heart. And say something. Anything. Start now. Because if you stay quiet, nothing changes. Now let's talk about pain. Pain also hides behind silence. When you are hurt, you go quiet. When someone breaks your heart, you go quiet. When life feels hard, you stop talking. And you carry the pain inside you. You carry it for days. For weeks. For years. You smile outside, but you cry inside. You laugh with others, but you suffer alone. And you think this is normal. You think this is strong. But this is not strafe. This is silent pain. This is slow damage. This is how people break. Not by one big event, but by many quiet days. Quiet pain. Quiet sadness. Quiet struggle. No one sees it. No one knows it. Because you never speak it. But pain grows in silence. It becomes heavy. It becomes poison. It becomes a wall between you and the world. You feel alone. But you are not alone. Many people feel this. Many people hide their pain. They are scared to open up. They say, no one will understand. They say, no one cares. But someone does. There is always someone. Maybe a friend. Maybe a teacher. Maybe a stranger online. Someone will listen. Someone will care. But you have to speak first. You have to open your mouth. You have to say the hard thing. You don't need to be perfect. Just be honest. Say, I am not okay. Say, I need help. Say, I feel sad. These small words can change your life. They open the door to healing. They open the door to love. They open the door to truth. And truth is what you need. Truth is light. Silence is darkness. Don't stay in the dark. Walk toward the light. Speak your truth. even if your voice shakes, even if your eyes cry, even if your heart hurts. That is how healing begins. And healing is a kind of power, a quiet power, a strong power, a power that makes you soft but unbreakable. So do not be afraid of your pain. Look at it, feel it, and then speak it. Speak your story, even the sad parts, even the broken parts. Because someone out there needs it. Someone needs your voice. Your voice can help others heal. Your story can guide someone in the dark. But only if you speak. Only if you stop hiding. Only if you stop saying, "I'm fine," when you're not fine. You don't need to carry everything alone. You don't need to be strong all the time. Real strength is honesty. Real strength is connection. And connection begins with words. So speak. Speak to feel better. Speak to become free. Speak to let go of what is hurting you. Speak like your life depends on it. Because sometimes it does. Sometimes one conversation can save a life. Sometimes one honest sentence can change your direction. So don't stay silent. You are allowed to feel. You are allowed to cry. You are allowed to ask. You are allowed to speak. And you are allowed to begin again. Your life is not finished. Your story is not over. Your future is still open. But nothing changes if you stay quiet. Nothing moves if you stay silent. Change begins with your voice. Healing begins with your voice. Life begins again with your voice. So speak. Speak gently. Speak loudly. Speak clearly. Just speak. Every single day. To someone. To yourself. To the world. Don't wait for a perfect time. Speak now. Even in pain. Even in fear. Even in doubt. Because your voice is more powerful than you know. Your words can break chains. Your words can open hearts. Your words can rebuild your soul. But they cannot do anything if they stay inside. So let them out. Let your voice rise. Let your truth be heard. You are not here to hide. You are here to shine. You are not here to be silent. You are here to be seen. You are not here to be small. You are here to grow. And all of that begins with one thing, your voice. So do not wait for someone to save you. Save yourself with your words. Do not wait for someone to fix your life. Fix it one sentence at a time. Speak your pain. Speak your dreams. Speak your truth. Speak your hope. Speak it into the world. And watch the world start to change. Slowly, gently, but surely. Speak even when it hurts. Speak even when it's hard. Speak because staying silent is not the answer. Speak because if you stay quiet, nothing changes.